Welcome to the 2011 Betfair New South Wales Greyhound of the Year Awards.
I would like to invite NSW board members Laurie Nicol and Verbac Animal Health's representative Lauren Flint up on stage to present the next award, which recognises the state's leading trainer across the whole of New South Wales. I apologise, it's Lorraine Gill and Murray Nicol. That's what I said. I've got them all.
That's okay.
Oh, I had line, but anyway.
That's okay.
Murray, do you want to...
No.
It's the trainer of the...
Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Verbac Animal Health, I would like to present the Trainer of the Year for 2011 is... Would you like to say?
You're doing a great job.
Andy Lord.
Well done.
Even by his lofty standards, Andy Lord has had a year to remember. With around 200 greyhounds at his base at Corborn Lodge, Lord was never far from the winner's circle in 2011.
I just worked hard and the stock's got a little bit better. There's no real standout, just we worked hard all year and we got the results, you know.
His talented team was headed by Undisputed Doss, Corborn Smash and Calamat Kid.
He's a very underrated dog, Undisputed Doss. I mean, he has improved a lot in the last 6 months. He's probably the most improved dog in New South Wales, maybe even in Australia, I'd say. He's going really well, and funny enough, he's improving more.
Daughter Hayley Gilbert.
Yes.
I'd just like to thank all the sponsors, Greyhound Racing New South Wales and my dad especially, and our owners and Stuart Dickinson. And that's it. Cheers.
He Knows You Know was arguably the most consistent greyhound in New South Wales in 2011, competing in 10 group finals. He Knows You Know quickly became a fan favourite after one of the most memorable come-from-behind wins in a semi-final of the 2011 Golden Easter Egg Series.
Push the paint, He Knows You Know, back second last but making good ground, and the tail end of Bravado Doss. Bogey King is last. Down the back they go. High Earner is the leader. In second place, Push the Paint, Proven Chevy. He Knows You Know on the inside. Next was Chuiaki and Bravado Doss. The leader is High Earner. Charging home as He Knows You Know. High Earner in front. Look at He Knows go. They hit the line. Nothing in it. Nothing in it. He Knows You Know or High Earner in a great drive.
He Knows You Know finished second in the Golden Easter Egg final.
Radley Bale all the way. He Knows You Know a gallon second, but Radley Bale Romsen. Radley Bale by 10. He Knows You Know second.
Flying Finisher was soon winning again, taking out the Group 3 Flying Amy.
He Knows You Know is his last at the favourite at the first turn. Aretha Trick leads the way. Corborn Cody went up on the outside. They bumped, but they're still in front of What's the Matter You, followed then by Swift Warrior. He Knows You Know. Here he comes in the blue ruggy, starting to round them up. Then Mr. Premier, Mum's a Diva and Surf and Steffi the last one. Have a look at the favourite. The leader is Aretha Trick, but He Knows You Know has it in its sights and grabbed the lead. He's come from last. He's going to win the Flying Amy Classic. Coming away, He Knows You Know. Beat Aretha Trick by a length and a half.
He Knows You Know won his second Group 3, the Gold Coast Cup.
He Knows You Know came out okay. Sobbing Destiny won the start. Go on the outside was Isadel, and burning through on the inside was Glenn Gallen to a prominent spot. Then Here's to You as they get out of the straight. Then Radical Doss. He Knows You Know got to fifth. Followed then by City Hawk. Radical Doss lost its spot. It's back in the field, and Here's to You at the rear now. The leader is Sobbing Destiny. Led the way. Glenn Gallen got into second spot. Here's He Knows You Know going around the outside. Sobbing Destiny in front. Glenn Gallen got the run. He Knows You Know lobbed up on the outside. Went to the lead. He Knows You Know on his way to the Top Gun. Raced away and won the Gold Coast City Cup. He Knows You Know won brilliantly. Beat Glenn Gallen.
For his owner and trainer, retired fisherman Michael Patterson, He Knows You Know has been a life-changing experience.
He's just great. People follow him, it's great. As long as he keeps doing what he's doing, I'm happy.
Look at He Knows go!
The third and final nominee for the 2011 Betfair New South Wales Greyhound of the Year. He's Know You Know, and the sister of Michael Patterson, Elizabeth, is here with us tonight. Obviously, Michael has had wonderful enjoyment from this greyhound.
Oh, he certainly has. The dog is... Michael's the alpha dog. So if he's in the backyard, the dog is right there next to him. He never takes his eyes off him. And he's just such an amazing dog.
When he sort of travelled down to Sydney, you can tell there's a definite feel between man and dog. He just absolutely idolises the dog.
Oh, he does. We joke, Mum and I and my daughter, we call the king, because the king is the be-all and end-all. He's worked out, if he kind of pretends he's having a panic attack, he can get Michael to sleep in the van with him.
How many dogs does Michael have on his property at home?
Oh, he's got about 13 at home at the moment, and some puppies coming along.
Now, of course, being a retired fisherman, he would have had some good stories over the years with the fishing stories. Now the greyhounds can be added in.
Well, we all know the one that got away. Well, we're waiting on what it's going to be.
Now, of course, for the whole family, I suppose, a dog like this, when it comes along, it adds something special to it.
He's such an exciting dog. And he sort of tends to come from behind, as we all know many a time. We call him the heart attack dog in my house, and we just sort of say, oh, thank God, he's finally got here. We can't stand the stress. But he's a lovely natured dog as well. Travels usually pretty well. He's used to running up and down the highway or up and down to Brisbane or wherever he takes him.
And of course you live here in Sydney, so you've sort of probably seen He's Know a couple of times?
I live in Sydney, yes, and we try to go out every time the dog's here or somewhere close by. Last year I went to Brisbane when he got second in one of the races at Albion Park, and we try to go to whatever we can.
And it is hard for Michael, quite often sort of travels alone and that sort of thing. It is a difficult thing sometimes, but you can see that he really wants to do that with the dog, and he just enjoys the travel part of it and meeting other people, and I think once he sort of heads home again, he's sort of looking at the clock to see when the next trip's away.
Oh, I think he probably does sometimes, but he's very fortunate. His wife Lily, who's the actual owner of the dog, she picked him out because he ran faster than his brothers and his sisters, and she said, I want that one. She's very good at home, and the dogs they relate very well to her also. So while Michael's up and down the road and flying off here, there and everywhere, Lily's also at home looking after them.
Now, of course, being an award like tonight, I no doubt Michael would be very proud of the dog and his own training achievements.
Oh, I'm sure he is, because never in our wildest dreams did we ever think Michael was going to get involved in greyhounds. Like when he was 20-ish, maybe not quite, he went into partnership with a racehorse first, and he had a number of racehorses. And he went overseas, came back, and he just somehow got into greyhounds, and he's retired, and that's his life's work now, and he looks after them well, swims them every day, has helpers, and the dogs are just kind of like pets. They're not just racing dogs. My sister-in-law, there's 2 washing machines in the place. One is the animals and the other's the humans. And she sort of tucks them in every night, gives them a clean sheet on their bed every day. And they're very, very spoiled. And, last thing at night, they all get a bicky on their pillow and night, night, darlings, I'll see you in the morning.
And tell me, is it a property at home? Like, is it a bit of a smaller acreage, or...?
He lives opposite a rainforest, and if you go through the rainforest you come to the ocean, So he swims them a lot of mornings. Most mornings he takes some walking, some swimming. And his block of land's pretty big, but not that big.
Well, obviously, here at Wentworth Park, we've been absolutely privileged to see He's No You Know, and please take back our best wishes to Michael and to the dog, not only just for tonight, for his future career over the next few months as he steps up to some other big races. He's gone over the 700 course now, so there's other things happening for him. And please pass on to Michael on behalf of Betfair and also Greyhound Racing New South Wales a memorabilia frame, and certainly we wish the Greyhound all the very best. He's a wonderful Greyhound, and he's won the Run of the Year, of course, here this evening, which is adds to 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, He's No You Know.
Thanks again, Ronnie. And the three finalists have now been obviously talked about, and we'll have the winner very, very shortly. But the next award is the 2011 Sprinter of the Year. Points calculated through a formula, 100 for Group 1, 2 is 75, and so on and so forth. There's no judging, it's simply a point system, and Eve McGregor to announce the winner.
Not quite the Oscar moment. And the winner is, if I can open it, Fancy Dean.
While he missed out on that elusive group victory, Fancy Dean was still a sprinting sensation in 2011, winning 22 races for the year, including 15 over the 520 at Wentworth Park.
Fancy Dean in front. He's running flash time. He's going to win the money. Fancy Dean by 3.
You better say something. Thank you for this award. It's been a great dog to us last year. They spent a lot of money and they deserve it. Thank you. Come on.
The next award recognises the 2011 Stayer of the Year, again determined through points and again to be announced by Eve.
Thank you. Stayer of the Year is Zipping Lad.
If there was a group staying race anywhere in the country, it would be a sure bet that Zipping Lad would be lining up in the race.
Still by 2 to Zipping Lad on the corner, then Thrilling Quest, Keita Eden in the lead, Zipping Lad coming, Keita Eden clinging on, Zipping Lad grabbed it and nailed it, Zipping Lad led to the money.
Jace, I didn't know you were camera shy, mate. You should be up here. Jace, thanks again. A great training feat with Zipping Lad. It's a privilege to win this award, as I own Malfoy myself and bred Orcatra, so it really means a lot. I can't thank enough for Betfair, the award night. It means such a lot to me. Thank you.
The next award, ladies and gentlemen, is to recognise an individual who's made an outstanding and special contribution to greyhound racing over a sustained period of time. I'd like to invite Paul Wheeler up to present the Allen Wheeler Medal winner for 2011. And this year's winner is a stalwart of the Casino Greyhound Club. He has, from the day in 1960, when he came to work there, been everything: a starter, tote operator, kennel attendant, payroll boss, barman, you name it. He was one of only 4 from the greyhound industry to receive an Australian Sports Medal in 2000 during the Olympic Games. He received an Industry Acknowledgement Award in 1999, life member of the New South Wales Country Clubs Association. It is testament to what impact he has had in this industry. Secretariat Casino from 1964. He also worked at the local pharmacy for some 50 years, taking on the club duties part-time, but relying on his wife June to do much of the work as well. He retired from the pharmacy in 91 and took over the reins at Casino soon after. Throw in a triple bypass in 1989 and another one in 2003. Both times he was off work for a grand total of 3 weeks. For 40 years he's been in charge of branding the ears and marking up of greyhounds in the Northern Rivers, and in 2004 he retired from the role as Secretariat Casino. Your 2011 Allen Wheeler medalist is Don Waldron.
Congratulations, Don. My father was he'd be very proud to know that his name is associated with such a distinguished medal. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Greyhound Racing New South Wales sponsors Betfair to Paul Wheeler for the presentation of the medal. Ladies and gentlemen and distinguished guests, I heard what the announcer said a minute ago. I wondered when he was going to stop. I don't think I've been in it that long, have I? But 40 years ago, in 1964, I was offered the secretary job of the Greyhound Racing Club. I think we used to run 6 races and paid $10 a race, £10 a race prize money. We've grown up to what we are today, and I class the casino track as one of the premier tracks of New South Wales. I know a lot of people don't think of that because we're a circle track and we're a grass track. But we cater for a lot of greyhound people. I was lying in bed last night and I was thinking, how many greyhound people have we got around Casino in a 10-mile radius? And I counted 75 kennels that rear and race greyhounds in a 10-mile radius of Casino. Now that is a lot of dogs. They are big kennels, spelling kennels, trial kennels, and it's become a big industry in Casino, and we try to make an industry. It was never real popular, greyhound racing, and we've had to make it popular for people to understand it. And now we've got, I think people understand a lot more. A few years ago I went to a Rotary meeting and I gave them a lecture on greyhound racing and the amount of prize money we were paying and things like that, and they were astounded as businessmen of Casino because they didn't even know, and we were racing across the road at Queen Elizabeth Park. But I mean, you've got to think of it's not all greyhound racing, breeding, training, honing. It is administration. And you've got to have a good administration in a club to get anywhere. It's no good, running a club and not having good administration. My mother taught me, thou shalt not steal. Now, I've never taken a penny in my life that I didn't belong to me from the club. My grandmother told me, observe. That means have a look around, see what everyone else is doing, see if you can do better. Where I worked, my boss was in Rotary, and he had a plaque on the thing, on the desk. Is it fair to all concerned? Is it the truth? Will it help to build better friendships? That is what I've stuck with all my life, and I've made a lot of friends in greyhound racing. I've lost a lot of friends over the years who've passed on. The Boyds, the Newsteads, the Lolbacks, the Northfields. I could go on for ages, but they were the stalwarts of Casino Greyhound Racing Club for many years. And I enjoyed their company, but I haven't got that anymore. It's a younger brigade that's come along, and they've taken over, and they're doing very well. It's good to see that Greyhound Racing New South Wales is now paying the prize money. They never paid prize money. In my day, we had to find it. I had to go to the bank manager to say, give us a little bit this week, I'll give it back to you next week. And sometimes he didn't want to give it to me either. But anyhow, they are the things that, and I've appreciated my time in greyhound racing. I've made a lot of friends, and I feel very honoured tonight to accept this, because two of my better mates, Jack Fell and Harry Pledger, have received the award before me. Thank you very much.
Fabulous stuff, Don. Enjoy the rest of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Matty Thompson once again from Betfair, and also the chairman of the NCA, Mike Hilda, to present tonight's major award, of course, the 2011 New South Wales Greyhound of the Year Award. Matty?
Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. The crescendo of the evening, the 2011 Betfair New South Wales Greyhound of the Year nominees are He Knows You Know, Oaks Road, and Zipping Lad. And the winner is Zipping Lad. Congratulations to Jason and the team.
That's a great feeling. You don't get here every day. I'll tell you, it's probably not real easy to get here at all, but been lucky after night to stand up here and with three great dogs they had up front tonight, and any one of them could have won. You know, to be here, you've got to be pretty outstanding, and I think who knows you know Mick Patterson's dog. Mickey's a good bloke, he's a real good trainer and travelled Australia and done a great job. And Oaks Road for young Gaddy, young Mark and Eddie. Absolute credit to yous, mate, to be here tonight, simple as that, and hope yous have a bit of luck next year, but it's our night tonight and it's much appreciated. But listen, on a serious note, it comes back, it's not about me at all, you know, it's a real team effort through that mob I've got there, and it's well documented what work they do sort of thing to be here tonight, and it's a great thrill. But serious, it's about the dog and it's about the owners, mate, where the dog come from and the place they come from, and it's Marty and his wife Fiona and his young bloke standing up here now, which will be a huge thrill for him to stand up here tonight, because hopefully one day he can stand up here one day and we'll stand beside him and shake his hand. But to Greyhound Racing New South Wales, it's great to be here, and Betfair is a sponsor, which is an absolute credit to you, and it's been a great night, but thanks very much.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I was a little bit camera shy before tonight. I'm sick of being up here. But I really do appreciate this award. Means an awful lot. We've had a few finalists over the years actually, but never achieved the final thing. But it's an achievement, and all the finalists, you know, congratulations. You should be proud of your dog getting this far. To my wife, thank you kindly. Family. And Jace, I can't thank you enough. I've thanked you all night, but you've got to have a good trainer with a good dog. You just got to have a good trainer. I'm a trainer myself, and I realise what it takes to get a great dog to perform all the time. It's not an easy job, and he does a fine job, Jason. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the New South Wales Betfair Greyhound of the Year.